Kindy Rockstars. Prepare for a treat, let's meet and greet some bands and singers that are super sweet, making music that's fun for boys and girls. Help them learn about this great big world. Fun for the family, yes it's true, your kids will love it and you will too. Clap and dance and sing aloud, become a part of the Kindy crowd. These songs will make you move your feet and give your ears a great big treat. So settle in, grab your guitars, and let's get to know our Kindy rock stars. Hello everyone, and welcome to Kindy Rockstars. This is the show that gives you the stories behind the songs from some of the best bands and singers that are making fun, informative, educational, catchy, and occasionally silly songs for children and families. I'm your host, Patrick Adams, and each episode of Kindy Rockstars will feature an artist and a featured song. So let's get to this week's show. Hello, everyone. I am excited to welcome back to the show, Ashley Mills Monaghan. And Ashley, before we get into our conversation here, I want everybody to go check out season 1, episodes 25 for Ashley's song "If I Tell Myself I Can," and episode 71 for her song "All of You." With that out of the way, Ashley, how are you, and what have you been up to since we last talked?
Hello, Patrick. It's good to be here with you again. Thank you for having me back. Gosh, what have I been up to since we last were together? So the last, I think we were talking about "If I Tell Myself I Can." That was my last single, and I don't think it was released yet when I was talking to you last. And so that has been released. That came out last November, and that has been going pretty well. It was, I got nominated for Funky Kids Radio Awards as like a Global Artist of the Year. And then that song actually won 3rd place in the Global Song of the Year competition. So
that's awesome.
And congratulations to you too, because I saw you up there as well in a number of categories. And I think you posted today about a song that you just you were a finalist in a competition. Is that right?
Songwriting.
Very good.
International songwriting competition. It's for my song Friends.
It's a good song. And let's see, what else have I must throw my tunes in that competition. I'm kind of new to I never know what competitions are out there or what competitions to go for. But anyway, that looks like a good one. Let's see, what else have I been up to? Released a couple more tunes. Have a fun music video for my Cookies video, or for my Cookies song. Played a couple live gigs. I was featured in Mom's Town magazine, which is like a small publication down in San Diego, and that was kind of neat because they put me on the cover, which is kind of cool, I guess. And let's see, I guess I've been mostly busy with writing, producing, and songwriting for an upcoming animated series. And that has really been keeping me busy. I've been really, really loving learning the process of how animation works and how songwriting works in the creative process, and thinking about how it serves the story and all that kind of stuff. So that's been really fun. So yeah, I guess I've been up to a bit.
It sounds like it. And when you say upcoming animated series, is there any detail you have, or is that top secret?
I can't really say too much about it. Just that it's based on a book, and we're putting on. It'll live on YouTube TV to start, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But it's pretty exciting. I get to work with some pretty established people in animation in the business, and so it's been really, really exciting, really, really fun stuff. I love it.
Really, really cool. So are you scoring the show or?
A little bit. I'm kind of taking a jab at that as well. I've done helped score a friend's documentary last summer, and so I have scoring experience in film, not much, but and scoring is so different than songwriting, right? I mean, it's very, very it's a beautiful art form in its own right, um and so that, yes, I have been scoring a little bit on this. I don't know if I'm going to be doing the whole thing, but yeah, that's certainly been really fun for me to do too.
So with scoring, do they give you like a scene or something like that? Then you have to
Yeah.
come up with the music? That's
Yeah, so like
interesting.
usually there's like placement music. So like I like for episode 1, it's all John Williams theme to ET. And so that's the kind of what I have to play with in terms of uh certain moments, certain beats, certain, I have to listen, pay attention to where the music softens or where it lifts and where it takes off. And it just kind of gives you kind of musical cues of what to do with your own music. I guess it's kind of a interesting way of going about the process.
Yeah, that's very interesting. You're the first one I've talked to who's kind of been talking about that experience, like creating music, not just to release a song, but as part of another project. And
Yeah,
is
yeah.
it like, does the music come from you, or are you given direction on what it should sound like?
So for initially it worked as like they needed a theme song, and so that was really fun to do because there were so many different challenges in that. First of all, you have to write a song under 30 seconds, and it all kind of has to make sense. It's all kind of gotta be the tell the viewer what this is going to be about. And initially the creative team wanted to do something completely different than what I had ended up with, and that they loved it. So um it's so fun to kind of be part of a creative team of people that can kind of help um mold these songs into what they need to be, and so it serves the show as best it can. The challenge that I find though is like, yes, it's a combination of being given direction. Like they say, I need, like episode 2, for example, is like they wanted it to be kind of like a musical. So there's a lot of different, there's like 4 or 5 songs that are in this episode. And first of all, I have very little time, 20 to 30 seconds. Like it's not like a Disney movie like Encanto, or I have, endless amount of, I don't have like 5 minutes, I have like 30 seconds. And it's a lot of going back and forth, a lot of placing the song, the draft, if you will, into an animatic and seeing, does it flow? And then it's like, well, the challenge I find is how do I make sense of the song so it flows in as best as I can with the storyline. So you have to think about the dialogue that's happening before and after the song. So there's been a lot of drafts that I'll kind of take the direction. They'll say, oh, we want it to sound like this, or we want the mood to be like that, or we want to make sure that this part of the storyline is in there. And I kind of come away, and then I kind of write the words, write the lyrics, and then I kind of go from there. And sometimes it works, and sometimes I have to go back to the drawing board, because I have to think about how it's going to flow best, where that dialogue is, what's coming before and after the song, if that makes sense.
It does. So I'm assuming, just judging by how you're talking about it, that doing this kind of work is far more challenging than creating like an album of new songs.
Yeah. Yeah, there's because there's definitely like, limitations. um and and yeah, writing my own stuff is far more, I've got a lot more freedom with that, right? um so yeah, it's different, but I've been really loving it, like really loving this process for sure.
I love hearing about this. Like I said, this is the first on the show that we're talking to somebody who's scoring something like you are in real time. So very cool.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see the finished product.
I know. I'm. It's exciting, kind of seeing every draft that kind of comes my way, and how the songs are working, and um, yeah, and then the characters, like seeing it in real life, like the animation coming to life, and um, it's just really neat. It's really neat.
All right. Well, since we last talked, I released an EP and created a really super fun music video with one of the songs, which Ashley stars in. So if you haven't checked it out,
I have a little. I have to say, I was in Joshua Tree, and when I filmed my little bit for your video, and I thought it was because I went to well, Joshua Tree's full of rocks, really cool rocks, and climbing rocks and stuff. And so I was like, this would be perfect for his video because the song is called Kindy Rocks. Get it? Rocks. And I was on the rocks, and I'm
didn't know there was a deeper meaning to your video. But I loved it. Your scene was the perfect bridge from like the last chorus to the end of the song. Right.
well,
Kicked
thanks
right
for
into.
including me and my son.
Yeah, that was fun. And thank you for doing that.
Of course,
But
I was so happy to. It was a great
yeah,
song.
thank you. Yeah, and so that's kind of a bridge to my next album, which is going to be all about travel and one of my big passions. So I couldn't
I
help
love
but
that.
yeah, but write a whole bunch of songs about travel through the eyes of a kid. A
I
kid,
love that.
a kid or a tween or a teenager. The songs are really varied.
Hmm.
And one of the topics I've been getting into with some of the people recently is where it concerns kids' music. Um, at what point does it kind of walk up to that line of being a kids' music versus music for adults? And so, as I continue listening to all of my demos, I'm like, I might need to kid this song up a little bit.
Well, no, I love it. That's exactly what I'm trying to explore. As a kindy musician, I mean, we do write for kids, but like you'll hear one of the songs I have for you is called "Come Into the Rain." And I actually visited this song. This was a song I wrote back in 2004 before I even started writing for kids. I mean, and I revisited it, and I was like, you know what? This is I think this is nice. Is we're appreciating nature here, and um, I like that. I like when kindy musicians, they write for everybody,
Yeah,
because as a parent, there's only so much wheels on the bus we can hear, right?
exactly. Yeah.
So I like that balance of just nice, clean music for everybody to enjoy. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think with my last album, I had all of my books, which very, very much kids' stories. So they were easy to write kids' songs for, just
Yeah.
based on the lyrics alone. Um, but as I kind of went about creating an album that wasn't influenced by books or something like that, and just influenced by a passion, I found myself digging into my musical inspirations, which honestly were the 80s and 90s. So we're talking
Mhm.
about like synthesizers and guitars and
Mhm.
those kind of things. So some of these are like, oh, okay, is this too heavy to be a kid's song? So that's kind of what I'm struggling with now, but I think it'll all work out. I think it'll be
That'll be great.
music for any age.
Yeah, music for everybody.
Yeah.
That's what I like that.
All right. Are you ready to dig into your songs? This episode's song is Come Into the Rain. And I know you mentioned it kind of in your interview, but tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know when this is going to come out. Probably in the next couple of weeks or so. And yeah, I wrote this back in 2004. I was going through old songbooks and journals, and I revisited this song recently. And I thought, you know what, this could be a nice song to put out there in the kids space. And that's what we were going back to, we were kind of talking about before, is what I kind of want to do with my music is just kind of make music for everybody. And have that nice, clean music. And, I have interactive stuff for my preschoolers, but I also want to write music that just has important messaging for everyone. And this track is just kind of, it's about an appreciation for nature. It's about revival and renewal. And I miss the rain. I'm in Southern California where we don't get much rain. And I'm from Portland, Oregon, and I miss the rain. So I want parents to be able to enjoy kids' music with their kids. And so I like that kind of balance. And yeah, I suppose this is another track that I've taken a jab at producing myself. And as I was building this track, I just loved playing around with the piano and the harp as like raindrops. And I played around with a bunch of different, percussion, and that's also pretty remnant of those raindrops too. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope it sounds okay. And this is the Come Into the Rain.
Ashley Mills Monaghan. Here you go.
Come into the rain, lock yourself up in cold, feel that summer touch of that person that you hold. Call out to thank this water. Come into the rain, see how blessed it is
All right, Ashley, tell everyone where they can stream and download that song and how they can find and connect with you on social media.
Yes. So you can find me on Instagram at Ashley Mills Monaghan. I'm on Facebook. You can listen to my music everywhere you get your music. Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music. You can tell Alexa to play Ashley Mills Monaghan. And you can check out my website at ashleymillsmonaghan.com. I have a YouTube channel that I kind of post some stuff every now and again, little videos for kids, and check out my music videos that I have for my songs. And yeah, you can reach out to me. I love hearing from people. So you can also check out my book. I have a book. It's called A Little Goes a Long Way, and that's available online on Amazon and different places. So check that out too.
Very cool. Ashley, it is always a pleasure having you on, and I hope to talk to you again in season 3, maybe.
Yes, of course. I'd love to be back. Hopefully then I'll have my full album out. Yes, I'll have that for you when it comes out as well. I'll be reaching
Awesome.
out to you too.
Very
All right.
good.
Thank you for having me.
You got it.